Hey everybody, Ezor here with a video on some tips and tricks on how to get the achievements 5-Day Challenger, Champion, and Plort Master in Slime Rancher. Now in order to unlock these achievements you need to reach 10,000, 25,000, and 50,000 new bucks respectively while doing the 5-day rush. So just wanted to get a couple of tips and tricks on how I got it, just to kind of help you get it as well. So here we go. Alright, so tip number one I have for you is just to have a battle plan. You kind of want to go into this knowing what you're going to be doing and where you're going to be doing everything. If you don't, you do have some time to do it, but it really helps shave off a lot of time, and that's the biggest thing, is you're against the clock the whole way. You always want to be running, and you always want to just kind of stay strong. You always want to have that goal in your mind, like, hey, I'm going to always be running for this, I'm always doing that. Once this is done, I'm going to be doing this next step. Kind of always have a plan in general. Now tip number two kind of corresponds with the first one. You want to have a ratio for corrals to gardens about a 1-to-1. You always want to be feeding your slimes exactly what you can grow. And with that, we go into tip number three, which is to use only rad, rock, and honey slimes for largos. I personally only had largos in all of my corrals. It works really well just because you can instantly have the garden right next to where the corral is, and then you get it going, and you can always be feeding it. That way they can give you 4 plorts instead of 2. Tip number 4 is kind of a personal preference. You should only unlock either the indigo mine or the moss blanket with the slime key you get from feeding the pink gordo. I always do the moss blanket for the simple sake of there's a lot of fruit, usually a lot of plorts lying around there, but also the honey plort in my eyes is one of the best ones. So again, personal preference, you can also do the indigo mine, but I just prefer the moss blanket. Now to kind of piggyback off of that last tip, tip number 5 is to unlock the corresponding ranch upgrade. So if you do the indigo mine, you're going to want to get the mines on the ranch. If you do the moss blanket, you're going to want to get the wilds on your ranch as well, and then you're going to want to pop that gordo so you can teleport instantly, just to save a lot of time. Again, I went with the wilds just because you get instantly a whole bunch of chickens for 1, you get a whole bunch of fruit and veggies for 2, and also, like I said, I just went with the moss blanket so it made sense. You should just do the corresponding one. Now, tip number 6, I would suggest only getting pink plorts until like the end of day 1. Once you start unlocking the new areas, only be getting everything after the pink plorts, just because they're only worth 10 at a pop. I got up to holding 50 plorts at once, so even with 50 plorts of pink, it's only like $500. All of the plort prices are set in stone, they don't fluctuate unlike the real game. So realistically, if the pink plorts are only ever worth 10, you need 5,000 in order to get to 50,000, and you're not going to be able to do that in 5 days. Like I said, try to avoid them after day 1, after the end of day 1. You should have the areas unlocked by then, and you can just run through them. Alright, the next tip, number 7, don't bother building silos, ponds, or coops in your ranch, just because having that 1-to-1 ratio is so good. The silos, there's no reason to store anything. The ponds would only have use for the puddles, slimes, and realistically you can get much more money off of a corral. And the coops for the chickens, you should be, like I said, just growing everything in a garden. If you have the sprinkler system and everything like that, it actually gives you more than enough food to keep it going. That also kind of goes into number 8. Money you spend throughout the 5-day rush does not count towards the final goal. So if you spend 10,000 new bucks, you would have, and you end up having 40,000 at the end of the run, you will only have 40,000. You will not have 50,000 spent. So you have to kind of be consciously aware of where you're spending your money. After about day 3 or 4, you should have everything upgraded, so all you're doing at that point is making money. So don't worry about spending a whole bunch of money right away, but you only want to have a set amount of stuff and be really smart with your upgrade. Now that kind of rubber bands into tip number 9. Only buy upgrades for yourself for energy, tank capacity, and sprint speed. And this is just simply because, like I said before, pretty much everything you spend is going to be accounted against you. You could buy the health upgrade. I did die like once or twice. You lose some money, but it was just wherever you were at, and obviously all your items. You realistically could get the health upgrade, but I don't really think you need to as long as you're kind of playing it smart. Tip number 10, make sure you have a good solid 2 to 3 hours to pump into this. You can save it and you can pick it up later, but if you pick it up later and you forget where you're going, or you misstep, or you don't rush as fast as you can, it's really annoying to spend an hour and a half one day and then a half hour the next and forget where you were at, kind of slow down and then not make it because you took a little break. You can do that, obviously, if you know what you're doing and you trust yourself enough, but just be ready to try this a couple of times. So you do have more than enough time to get this. You just have to have, as I said throughout this, just a good strategy for doing it. Yeah, and that's my 10 tips real quick on getting the achievements. As I said, be ready just to kind of try it a couple of times. You could do it in one run through as long as you have a good battle plan, kind of stick with the tips and tricks. Again, I went with, personally, the moss blanket for my secondary unlock, and also the wilds just to get that free food. I also only really did honey slimes, and there you have it. Hope these tips helped you get these achievements unlocked, as long as you stick to your plan and kind of follow these tips and tricks. Hopefully this video helped you get those achievements. If it did, give me a like. Comment down below saying if you have any tips and tricks, or if there's anything that I might have missed, or like you disagree with. Let me know. If you like achievement videos, tips helps, yeah, let's plays, that's kind of what I do. So if you want to give me a subscribe, that'd really help me out. And yeah, till next time, guys, keep your story going.